Morning, this is Natalie with the Fifth Journey. We're going to be doing a nice stretch today, and it is kind of a cloudy, dreary morning so far, and we also have no power. So yes, I'm wearing sweatpants, but I do have my coffee because we got the coffee going before the power went out. I'm not sure it'll be back on. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So with some of these, I don't have my little boot on right now. I actually have to go to the doctor here in about an hour to see what the next step is, so to speak, with whatever's going on with my foot, and hopefully I'll have an answer, a better answer. So we're going to go ahead and do a nice stretch. If you want to sit in a chair or sit on a stool, depending on how you're feeling, you can do that too. You just want to make sure you don't put any weight on that. So I'm going to start with my leg out. And if you can put it cross-legged, that's fine, but I just don't want you to put any pressure on that. So if you want to sit in a stool for this, that's fine. But make sure that you're sitting evenly, that you're sitting on both of your sit bones. So if you're like this, if you want to put both legs out, that's completely fine, but just make sure that you are completely even. So let's go ahead and get started. We're just going to put our hands down in front of us, nice open chest, deep breath, let it out, do it again, breathe in, and a nice deep breath, and let it out. We're going to take the arms up, overhead. Go ahead and take the shoulders with you. You normally wouldn't do that, but I want you to really stretch through the ribs. Stretch to the side and open up and drop the head down. Good. And taking the arms up again. So normally this type of stretch I would do standing up, but we can't do that right now. And reaching down. Let's do it one more time. Taking it up. Shoulders coming up. Really reach and coming back down. Okay, this time, keep the shoulders down. Really reach up. I want you to do about pushing down with your back, with your shoulder blades. Good. And taking it out. Let's do it again. Take the arms up. Nice deep breath. And take it down. Go ahead and take your arms out to the side. You're going to take your left arm, if you're mirroring me, and you're just going to reach to the side. Now make sure that you're keeping this hip down. So nice stretch through the side, looking down towards the ground at an angle, really pushing down through here. You're not pushing the shoulder down. And coming up, and let's go the other way. If you need to have your hand here, that's fine. Make sure you're pushing down with this hip. Don't let it come up off the ground. Shoulders down. Let's do it again. Reach into the side. Really stretch right along here, pushing down that hip. And other side. Now when I mean to, don't let your hip out. See how my hip's coming up? And when I do that, I don't have any stretch here. All I'm doing is reaching, and this lifting up does not stretch right here. Coming back to center. Go ahead and take your head back, open your chest up. Now I'm doing this very gently. I'm not crunching my neck back. And then I'm going to come forward. And back. And forward. Let's do it again. And back. Breathing and forward. Good. Taking your head side to side. Just gentle. And go the other way. When you stretch your side, you want to think about opposition. So same thing here. Don't let your shoulder come up. Make sure you're pushing it down. And other way. And come up. You're going to go back to that first side, and then you're going to slightly look down at an angle. And coming back up, let's go the other way. And looking down. go ahead and do that one more time. Back to that first side. And looking down. Coming up and back to that last side. And looking down. Okay, now we're going to stretch out the chest and the back. So you're going to take your arms to the front, and you're going to take your palms, your fingertips in front of you, and it's almost like you're closing in this way. So instead of being in like fifth position here, first position, you're going to close in here, and you're going to contract. So pulling your navel in toward your spine, rotating your pelvis forward, making a really, really big C curve. Have a really good stretch in your back. Good. And then we're going to open it up, and we're going to take the palms, the wrists, you're going to flex them to the back. Open that chest up. Good. Your arms don't have to be pretty here, that's okay. Contract, pulling the navel in towards your spine, making sure you're not putting any weight on whatever the injured leg is. This is one, like I said, all these you can do sitting in a chair or on a stool. Opening up again. Deep breath. I've got some cracking going on. And opening up. And last one. Good. Okay, since we worked our arms yesterday, we're going to go ahead and stretch our arms a little bit. So taking your left arm up over your head. And depending on your flexibility, you may only be here. You may be a little bit farther. It's okay. So sitting up tall. So stretch right through your tricep and your shoulder. Nice, gentle stretches. And then let's go the other way. And we're going to go back to the first side. And you can either stay here, or you're going to look towards that arm, and then you're going to slightly tilt up towards the ceiling, and that'll deepen the stretch. Keeping both those hip bones down. Hold here just for a second. And let's go the other way. Again, you can either stay here, you're going to look towards that arm or towards the side, push that hip down, and gently go the other way. Good. Taking your arm forward, cross it in front of you, stretching through the shoulder. Now from here, I want you to go ahead and look towards that shoulder. A little bit of opposition there. Make sure you're breathing. And then you're going to go look away, but not taking your back with you. Okay, switching hands. And look towards your shoulder. And looking away. Very good. Okay, we're going to go ahead and lay down on our backs. And you're going to go ahead and pull your right knee in, or whichever knee is in front, or pick one of them, either way. And you can either have your bottom leg straight, or you can have it bent up depending on your flexibility. If this feels easy, go ahead and drop that leg down. Just going to pull it in, nice and gentle. Take a deep breath. We did a lot of seat work yesterday, so this will help stretch this out. Now we're going to take it across our body, and the first time I want you to try to keep your shoulders on the ground. Make sure you're breathing. And now you can either stay here or go all the way over, and that shoulder's going to come up. Make sure you're not putting any weight on that foot, whichever one you're having issues with. And then using your stomach, pull your leg back in. And then having your hips square, you're going to just open it up to the side without falling over. You're going to either stay here or put that arm on it to put some gentle pressure right through the inner thigh. And I hear my cat coming. I think we're just going to see my cat every day. And that's okay. I heard him come down the stairs. Okay, still on this leg, we're going to do a figure 4 stretch. So pulling the bottom leg up, make sure you're crossing it over across the shin, or the side of the calf, right here. And opening it up, stay here, or you can reach through, and push your elbow on your knee for a nice stretch. This is probably my favorite stretch. And you can do this sitting up too, but when you do it sitting up, you have to have your weight on one leg. Now to do it even deeper, you can stay here, or you can reach up and grab that leg. Now for me, this is morning, so I'm a little bit tight compared to if it was the evening. So you can either reach up, do this, or just pull them through right here. You want to make sure if you're up like this, your foot is not on your knee, because you don't want to push that out and hyperextend it, okay? So I have one hand here to keep my leg from hyperextending. Okay, now we're going to go all the way to the other side. So, same thing, either have your leg straight or have it bent. If you have whatever, so this is my injured foot, and if I can't do this on this foot because it's putting too much weight on it. So if you're only here, that's okay. That's completely fine. Go ahead and pull that leg in. Making sure there's no pressure on that leg. Just down. Deep breath. And close your eyes if you want. Okay, take that leg to the side, not all the way over yet, so keep that hip down as far as you can. Okay, now you're going to take it all the way over. Make sure you're breathing. Rest and stretching is really, really important when you are exercising. You can't forget to do the stretching part. You can't forget to let your body rest. Because that's usually when the recovery happens, and if you're lifting weights, you need to let the muscles rest so that they can repair themselves and become bigger and stronger. And then coming up, using your abs. Go ahead and take that leg open. Make sure you're keeping this hip down. Putting gentle pressure with the same arm. Nice deep breath. Okay, figure 4 stretch. Crossing it over. Make sure that you're on the side of your calf and you're below the knee. Reaching through. Using the same elbow as leg to push that knee out. I guess my cat's not coming. I can hear him moving around. Okay, reaching up, or you can either stay there. Down. Now you're going to face me, and we have a couple more things that we're going to do. So laying on your side, have your knees bent just to the front of your mat, a nice gentle angle, and this shirt is just driving me nuts. It keeps flopping open. Okay, so we're going to do something called opening the book, and you're going to lay with your hands like behind your head, right here, and you're going to keep your hips stacked. So taking your top elbow, you're going to open up towards the back as far as you can go while keeping your hips stacked. It's a nice upper body stretch. So what we did earlier when we took our leg back, or our leg over the side, we were stretching our lower back, and here we are stretching and rotating through our ribs and our upper back. Good. Oh, you coming? Let's go ahead and do it again, and open up. And close. Now we're going to go ahead and go to the other side. You can either flip around, and I'm just going to roll over at the same time. Okay, so you can see it from the other side of my lovely sweatpants. All right, so wrapping your hands around your head. You're going to open that top arm like a book and just relax into it. Make sure you're breathing. And closing that book. And one more time, open the book, keeping your hips stacked. And closing that book. Go ahead, continue your rotation onto your stomach. We're going to do a swan, and then that will be the last thing we do for today. Okay. So if you need to have your knees up, that's fine. I'm going to cross mine. Okay, so your pressure is not in your hands. I want you to think about reaching out and up. So I'm going to reach out and up. Get a nice stretch. Think about lifting your navel up off the ground and going back down. Lifting out. Up again, there's really nothing going on with your hands. Engaging your stomach, make sure your pelvis is even on the floor. And going back down. One more time, lift up. Good. Now you can either do that again, but this time I'm going to lift all the way up. I'm going to put my hands right by my armpits, and I'm going to push all the way up. Well, not all the way. As far as you can go. Really stretching through the stomach. Don't put any weight on your legs. Pushing your shoulders down. You don't want to wear your shoulders as earrings. Make sure you're breathing. And lay back down. And lie. We're going to do one more thing, coming up onto all fours. We're going to do a little bit of a cat-cow real quick. So arching that back, rounding that back. Excuse me. Lift, 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 lift. Good. And then you can probably see my stomach. Sorry. Cover that up. And up. Go ahead and do one more. Lifting up. And back down. Okay, you guys are done for the day. And we will see you back tomorrow for some Pilates. And then we have weights again, so that'll finish out our first week. Then you have the weekend off, so make sure that you relax for that, and we'll start back on Monday. So I got my doctor's appointment here in about 30 minutes, so I need to go get ready to go. And I'll let you know what's going on tomorrow when we come back.